In this video, I'm going to be going over journaling, and you're probably expecting me to say some like magical thing like this is how you journal, and that's actually the opposite of what I'm going to say. So again, just another video. It's going to explain everything different than what every little YouTube video is like. Oh, use this journaling platform. Use this journaling platform. It's all clickbait. That's not how the world works. Okay. Journaling is important because everyone is born with a different brain, and everyone's going to journal differently. And that's just how it is, okay? And you have to understand journaling is important because everyone's going to have their own kind of journal, what they think is going to work for them, okay? And I'll show you a few examples, all right? So you have to understand that that's the first step in journaling. The second step is there's no magical platform that's going to be the best journaling. You have to experiment. So in this video, I'm actually going to show you a couple ways you can journal, and I'm going to show you how I journaled, okay? So how I journaled is, I'm not going to show you like my journal, but what I did is I went to Discord, and basically what I did was I started a completely new Discord server. It's a private Discord server, and I called it Dodgy's Journal. And what I did is I had a general channel, and then I had a plays channel, okay? And I kind of, in the plays channel, I kind of did the plays that I took, and what I did is I literally just drew the risk reward, okay? So what I did was this. So let's say I'm taking this long in here, very nice long here, all right? And let's say I took this. So what I did personally is I did this, okay? I put it in the play channel, and then in the general channel, I kind of linked it, okay? So I linked the thing I wrote in the general channel. I linked it, and I said, here's my emotions. Here's how much I made. Here's how much I lost. Here's what I could have done better. Here's why it was a good play. And I kind of just wrote all this stuff about the setup. And then after like 2 or 3 weeks or even a month of doing that, I look back and be like, okay, I'm starting to recognize signatures and price, which started to work versus not work. So I look back and chat, and I mean, that's literally what I do. I'd kind of just repetitively look at each setup I took and be like, okay, this setup definitely seems to work a lot more. It's the same signature and price. I've seen this setup. Like, for example, here's a setup with LRLR above, okay, which is basically trendline liquidity, okay? You've learned this in my trendline video. This is just trendline liquidity. So you figure that it's going to break and run all the stop losses of people placing their stop losses above this trend line. And you might see a nice fair value gap here that gets broken. So you might be like, okay, I'm going to long this fair value gap, or this inverse fair value gap, because it got broken, whatever it may be. And you might go back in your journal and be like, okay, the inverse fair value gap seems to work more than an inverse fair value gap that doesn't have trendline liquidity above it. And that might be one of your observations. So you kind of want to categorize the setups, like whether it was a sweep, whether we are delivering from like a bigger time frame fair value gap, whatever it may, you kind of want to categorize your setups. And that's just the way I did it. So that's one way to journal. Another way to journal is, I mean, you can actually see, I'll show you an example. So this is my fellow friend, Mike. This was about a year ago. He kind of wrote the setup. He did result. Okay. He did the date, time, the time he took it, entry, exit, take profit, stop loss, reasoning, emotions. And you can actually see like some of the emotions: calm, controlled, felt like I could get more today, improvements. You can kind of copy this template if you want, but I mean, that's what worked for him. Okay, but it's not going to work for everyone else. Like for someone else, they might use Notion. So if you don't know what Notion is, if you just type in Notion real quick, give me 1 second. It's a nice kind of organized platform where you could this is not what you want to see, but you could create your own Notion. It's a nice you can obviously create your own template, but if you type in like, I think Notion ICT template, I'm sure you'll find something. Yeah, so like literally February 9th, 2023, how I journal my trade on Notion using ICT concepts. Click this video, see what he does. And Notion might be another one. I personally like the Discord server because I'm on Discord all the time, so it's very easily accessible, and that's just what I do typically. So, this is my way of doing it, but you can do Notion. Another way, you could actually, you can open up like a Microsoft Word document, and you could just do this template in like a Microsoft Word template, and then you could just do that. So I mean, it's really up to you. I think this one's easier, but if you were good at I think I just said Microsoft Excel. I think if you're good at Microsoft Excel, I think Microsoft Excel would be better for this. The only problem with Microsoft Excel is you're gonna have to make one of the boxes really big because it's not gonna be easy to insert the picture here, and it depends on what you want to do for that. So Microsoft Excel, okay, Notion, or you could just open up your own private Discord server and journal there and kind of do what my friend Mike did here. So those are 3 different ways. Okay, there's so many. All I'm gonna say is this: if you type in how to journal trades, you're gonna get so many different videos with like, okay, this is the right way, right? And that's not. None of those videos are true. The right way is gonna be best for you. You need to experiment with a different thing. Like you need to experiment yourself. I guarantee you some people are using Microsoft Word. I guarantee you some people use Excel. I guarantee you some people use their own Discord server. I guarantee you some people write down their setups. Like what they'll do is they'll write down an actual journal, okay, an actual handwritten journal. It just depends on what you like better, and I think you're going to have to find or test a few different ways to find out what you like better. Personally, I like the Discord way, making my own server, kind of doing that. But again, it's all going to be up to you at the end of the day. But that's definitely going to get the repetition down. If you really just want to go back, easily find out the setups, and they're going to be right there. Like I could easily just scroll up, see all these different setups that Mike's taken. Okay, very close together, and that's kind of like that. All right, in Excel, it might be a little harder because you might not be able to insert all the pictures, but it's honestly up to you. So that's kind of the answer to how to journal is there is no single answer. Most YouTube videos will tell you there is. That is not the case. Some things might work for some people, and other things might work for other people. And I think that's a big thing with journaling. I think it's like, so I have a few girlfriends in like college who some of them have these really super nice, beautiful colored notes with all rainbow coloring, like red for this, yellow for this. And some people literally just write sloppy notes with a pencil. It all depends on your creativity. It all depends on your mind. Depends on what helps you, right? And what might help someone else might not help another person. So just be mindful of that. Try a few different ways, see what you like the best. But again, I'm telling you, I like the Discord way. That just makes sense for me. So that's gonna be wrap it up for this video. We're probably coming in here expecting, oh, this is how you journal, but I'm telling you, there's no one way. There's no one single way to journal. Okay, it's gonna be different for everyone. So that is the end of the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.